Today, do expect those afternoon to evening storms. Today is most likely to have the most amount of storms to be severe, which includes hail, high wind speeds, and perhaps some excessive rainfall. So do anticipate any of these alerts for flash flooding or severe thunderstorm to go off towards dinner time or even towards the bedtime hour. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s and low 80s for Pocatello. Today for the Central Mountains, still scattered storms, probably starting in the southern part, Haley, towards Challis, towards Mackay and Arco, and to grow from there. Temperatures will be in the 70s. Challis and Salmon in the 80s today for the Highlands. Same thing with the storms. Afton to Jackson to Yellowstone to start. Temperatures will be in the 70s and Yellowstone at 66. Tonight for the Snake River Plain, storms should taper off. Temperatures in the 50s. Storms will probably linger around longer than usual, especially in the Highlands. Temperatures will be in the 50s and 40s for the lows. And for the Highlands, West Wyoming, storms will taper off and lows in the 40s. Tomorrow for the Snake River Plain, another round of these afternoon, evening storms. Probably less coverage and less severity. Temperatures will be in the 70s, slightly cooler tomorrow. Same thing for the Central Mountains with storms, 70s and 69 for Mackay and Leadore. Tomorrow for the Highlands, storms again, more widespread. Temperatures will be in the 60s, Soda Springs at 70. Southeast Idaho Chevy Dealer 7-day forecast. Pocatello, a couple days of some weather, perhaps isolated storms throughout the weekend, a little bit fair weather, and then more weather at the start of next week. Temperatures for Pocatello, upper 70s and 81 on Sunday. Sunday is going to be our warmest day. Idaho Falls, same thing as Pocatello. Lows will hover around 50 and will peak at 80 for the high on Sunday. Rexburg, those afternoon storms again. Lows hovering around 49 and 50, and highs will stay in the 70s. And for the Central Mountains, more widespread coverage of storms due to the elevation in the valleys. Cooler temperatures. Temperatures will be in the 70s. Lows hovering around 50, 51. And for the Teton area, temperatures starting at 67, low 70s, reaching 72 on Sunday, and then back down, trending downward into the 60s. Lows will be in the lower half of the 40s, trending a bit upward towards Wednesday at 47. Widespread coverage of storms for the next couple days. Most severity is today and tomorrow. Perhaps fair amounts of coverage and rainfall throughout the weekend. However, quite a few areas of isolated rain over the weekend. Let me tell you about these storms real quick. Storms are coming up. Looks to be very widespread, starting in the Central Mountains towards the lower part, perhaps Haley to Mackay to Arco. Looks to be for quite a few hours, and also from Afton to Jackson to Driggs and then up towards Yellowstone. Looks to be the start of it all. And then throughout the day, it looks to become much more widespread coverage, perhaps the least coverage in the western portion. Beware of hail and high winds. Hi, so flood advisory for Henry's Fork. This has been downgraded from a flood warning starting yesterday, affecting Rexburg and a little bit into the St. Anthony area. It's at 8.9 feet and it is looking to rise by 9.5 feet to 9.5 feet by Friday. Flood warnings in effect. The Big Wood River by Haley is looking to increase by 3 inches. The Big Lost River by Chili and Howell Ranch is looking to increase by 2 inches. Antelope Creek by Darlington is looking to stay steady, as well as the Bear down in the southeast. And the Portneuf River by Pocatello is looking to lower by 6 inches, probably a big relief. Today looks to be our day of the week that's going to have the most likelihood of severe storms, as well as great coverage of it across the whole region. I would say the least amount of coverage may be the western portion of the Snake River Plain. Other than that, everything looks to just blow up all over the place. High pressure is still over the central plains. It's shifted north just a bit, and that low pressure over California is continuing to swing moisture into our area and giving us a lot of mixing ability, allowing for convective and lightning rumbles of thunder. You'll hear that in the early afternoon, perhaps. After this low pressure is done, perhaps just allowing some isolated storms over the weekend. We'll have another low pressure down there, and we'll do it one more time, and then we might have a good flow throughout the country late next week.